Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we'll be creating a banking system in Python. So this is the information which we'll be using to create the banking system, and this question is of Cambridge International Examination. This is a 15-mark question. We have an option to either use pseudocode or program code. We'll be using Python for it. So you can pause the video, give it a read, else I'll be telling you the summary of it. First, they say that we have a 2D array which contains three columns. The first column is for the balance, second is of overdraft limit, and the third is of the withdrawal limit. And next, they have said that the amount of money in a bank account can be negative, but not more than the overdraft limit, which is stored in the second column. And we have to show suitable errors, mean we have to do validation for this. The example they have given, and the variable size contains the number of accounts that are stored, the account IDs. Next, we have to write the program which contains the following things. The first, that we have to check the account ID if the account ID exists or not, and we have to validate name and password entered by the account holder. And next, we have to also display a menu containing four actions: display a balance, withdraw money, deposit money, and to exit the app. And last, we have to add separate functions for each of these options, which with a parameter of the account ID. And we don't have to declare any variables which has been declared by over here, like account details, size. We have to declare the local variables that we used. Otherwise, we don't have to declare any. I'll be declaring these variables because for the sake to avoid any errors in the code given by the code editor. So without wasting any time, let's dive into it. Okay, so here's the code I've written. It is of 77 lines, and I'll give you a quick overview of this code. First of all, I declared some variables. We don't have to declare them, but again, just for avoiding the errors in the code editor, I declared them. And first function I created was checking the details. This is for the validation check. If the account ID is smaller than 0 means if it's negative, or the account ID is greater than the size means the size declared by the bank or the total number of IDs, then we'll print an error message. Else it will input the name of the customer and input the password of the customer. And then I'll validate the name and the password, and if it is means if it's true, then we'll set valid to true, otherwise it will remain false and it will return the account ID of the customer of the user, and else it will print wrong name or password entered. Okay, so next I created a separate function for main menu as it is described over here. I created the same, I replicated the same menu in this function, and then I created the main function which will take the function for check details first, and if the details are okay, then the valid will be turned true, and we'll use the valid variable over here. We have to use global keyword if we have to access the variable declared outside the function. And next, if we will check that if valid is true, then we'll run the while true loop which will run the main menu function, and if the choice is 1, then we will execute the balance function, and if the choice is 2, we'll execute the withdrawal function, and if the choice is 3, then we'll execute the deposit function, and if the choice is 4, then we will declare the valid as false, because if we want to validate the name and username password of other user. And next, else it will print enter a valid choice between 1 to 4 if the user doesn't enter between 1 and 4. Okay, here's the balance function. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this balance function will print the account balance available in the user's account. It will iterate through account details array, and it will first go to the account ID of the person which is entered by the user over here. And next it will go to the first column, because as it is described in the question that column 1 stores the balance. So it will go to the first column and it will print the available balance of the user. So next function we have is the deposit function. It will take the input parameter of account ID, and it will take the input of float value to enter the positive amount for deposit. And the next I run a while loop which will see that if the amount is in negative, then we'll ask the user to enter the amount again in positive value, and then if the amount is in a positive value, then we'll store the amount in the account, the first column, which is of the balance. Okay, so the last function is the withdrawal function. This is a bit technical because we have to do validation in it. We'll be doing this validation in this function, which is that if the amount money can be negative but not be overdrawn, and the overdraft limit we have to define, and we have to display the suitable error. Okay, so we'll start off by taking the input from the user of the withdrawal amount they want to withdraw from the bank. And if the withdrawal amount is less than 0, means it is if it's negative, or it is greater than the balance and the overdraft limit in the bank, and if it is the withdrawal limit is greater than the what is in the third column, it is the withdrawal limit. If it's greater than the withdrawal limit, then we will ask the user to enter the withdrawal amount again. And if the withdrawal amount is greater than the balance plus the overdraft limit, then we'll print the withdrawal amount is high. And next we'll see this condition, that if the withdrawal amount is greater than the withdrawal limit, then we'll print you enter amount more than the withdrawal limit, else we will just subtract the withdrawal amount from the main account balance. Okay, so this was the whole code for this question, and if you have any question you can ask me in the comment section. And that was it for today's video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.